Narcissism and egotism. Now, these two terms are often used interchangeably, but they do have distinct characteristics. And today we're going to be talking about how you can spot the variance. So stick around and we're going to talk. But first, I'm Ashley Anye, and welcome back to Anye's Intuitive. And that's Anye like Kanye. Now let's get it. Now, first things first, let's define our terms. Now, a narcissist has an excessive sense of self-importance. Like they always have a need for admiration. They always have to be admired. Always. They have to be the center of attention, and they feel like they're basically superior to other people. On the other hand, an egotist is someone who may be self-centered or self-focused, basically preoccupied with their own thoughts, stuck in their head, and they may think that, whatever is going on inside their head is the only thing that matters at that moment. Now, how can you spot a narcissist? Here are a few key indicators. Manipulative behavior. Narcissists engage in manipulative tactics to get what they want. This includes mind games, lying, exploiting others. All of this is to basically play on your emotions so that they can get what they want out of you. Constant need for admiration. So they crave attention. They need to be the center of attention, and they want to be admired. So they may go to great lengths to do this. And this may be constantly posting on social media, constantly drawing attention to themselves. Anything that puts the attention on themselves is what they need for validation. So this could be like causing something to happen because they have to be in the midst of something. It's like they have a constant need to be in a situation that creates chaos and confusion because that's comfort for them. Superficial relationships. So a lot of the times you'll see that narcissists go through multiple relationships. Like before they end a relationship with someone, they already have somebody lined up because these relationships are superficial. They're basically going down the line of men or women to see what they can get out of each situation. So they're going to be going through multiple men, multiple women, because it's all about what they can get, what they can gain from these partnerships. Their heart is not really in the situation. Their heart is not in the relationship because in the back of their mind, whether they know it or not, it's to get what they can get out of this relationship. And a lot of them know what they're doing, but it's a lot of people out there that don't even realize that their behavior is narcissistic. And one thing I learned while being in a narcissistic relationship is this had nothing to do with me. And not saying that I'm an angel and I didn't contribute to triggering the narcissist, but this was way beyond anything that I could ever take accountability for. This goes beyond the person that they're with, okay? When someone is narcissistic, this stems from childhood. This is childhood trauma that they have failed to deal with and failed to address and have failed to heal. So that's something that took me a long time to digest and accept. Because when you're in a relationship, you're trying to do whatever you can to make the situation work. That's best for both people in the situation. So that was something that really helped me once I started studying and learning more about this disorder. Looking back on my first experience with dealing with a narcissist, I have to take it back all the way to my very first boyfriend, like the first guy that I ever loved besides my father. And now that I look back on it, that relationship was 100% I was 100% in a relationship with a narcissist. And, I was young. I really didn't know myself, didn't know what I wanted out of a partnership. So I overlooked a lot of things. I overlooked a lot of things that were red flags. So now that I'm educated on this personality disorder, I know what to look for and I know the signs. But that guy was definitely narcissistic, even down to lying about how many children he had. If you're going to lie about how many kids you have, you're going to lie about anything. So that was my first experience with narcissism, my very first boyfriend. Now, ooh, camera almost dropped. Egotists are self-centered. They are mainly focused on themselves. They may dominate conversations. You may be talking about something and they just take over the conversation and you just like, damn, I was speaking, I was, talking, and they just take over the conversation. And sometimes they don't even know that they're doing this. And that's the difference. Like, a narcissist knows what they're doing. An egotist lacks a little bit of self-awareness. Boastful behavior. And egotists may tend to boast about their achievements, talents, anything that can put the attention on them. They're going to boast about it. They have to talk about themselves. They have to talk about their achievements, and they have to dominate the conversation. Now, my experience with an egotist is actually not a bad experience. It was with a guy who I dated in college, and I think because he was like the star basketball player and always had the attention and always had people talking about him and giving him praise and props and compliments, I think that probably added. But it wasn't a bad experience because at the end of the day, that person still showed me the utmost respect, the utmost love, the utmost admiration. It was almost like the admiration that everybody showed him, he showed to me. And thinking back, now that I'm talking about it, that was probably the healthiest relationship that I was in. The healthiest and maybe even one of the happiest relationships that I was in. And that when you're younger, you don't think about how your life is going to turn out when you get older. You think that you're always going to be able to date different people and find the one when you get older. But my advice to anybody within the sound of my voice, if you find someone that honors you, cherishes you, loves you, and treats you right, don't wait to meet somebody better than that. Because that's a problem I feel like we have as humans. We have something great and we're always trying to get something greater. So yeah, that's my little nugget for the night, for the day. If you guys have someone that you love and that appreciates and values you, hold on to that. Now, it's essential to know that both egotism and narcissism can exhibit some overlapping traits. Both can be self-centered, both can be all about themselves, which is self-centered, but there are some key traits that separate them. I think one is intentional. A narcissist is intentional with what they're doing. And an egotist, like I said, may not be self-aware of what they're doing. You call them out on it. Like the guy that I dated in college, I called him out on it. And he was like, all right, what, you're right. Like I am stuck in my ego. You're right. Like I am stuck in my ego because I'm so used to people praising me and giving me what I want and getting my own way. Like it's hard to check. That's hard to do, to check yourself if you're so used to getting everything you want. Like even down to like the teachers praising you. It's hard to check yourself. If everyone around you is a yes man, it's hard to check yourself. So an egotist lacks that self-awareness of what they're doing. But a narcissist knows exactly what they're doing. So dealing with a narcissist or an egotist, depending on the degree of how far they're both willing to go can be challenging. But that's why it's so important to set boundaries and to really love yourself. Loving yourself will allow you to set these boundaries with people. You know, the more you love yourself, the less you're going to take, the less BS you're going to take from someone. So you got to love yourself. So if you've encountered a narcissist or an egotist and you feel comfortable sharing, drop that down in the comments, all right? And if you like this content and you want to see more content like this, drop that down in the comments. You know, sometimes I don't even want to touch on topics like this because I feel like a lot of people may come to my channel looking for the tea and looking for name drops or looking for the drama. And this is not what my channel is for. It's not a tell-all channel. If you come here looking for the tea, you're in the wrong place. My channel is for healing. It's helping me heal, and it's for anybody else out there that has been through similar situations. All right, I just had to put that out there. So if you're watching my channel to heal and to gain cosmic knowledge, then you're in the right place. But if you're here for a name drop or just to have some information that you can go back and run and tell that, like, you're in the wrong place. All right, if you like what you saw, if you like what I'm spitting, hit that like, continue to share, and hit that subscription. And until next time, peace.